Brentford 3, West Ham 0, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered. I think it was a very significant game in terms of the relegation battle. I think Brentford were clear deserved winners in this game. First half was toing and froing, and Brentford took that lead going into the second half. And West Ham just didn't come out second half, did they? They did not come out in the second half. And
didn't turn up in that second half.
And you've got to say, you saw some frustrations come out there at West Ham. Maybe some, in terms of confidence, could be running low on confidence going into the rest of the season. Spurs got to do the business tomorrow.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? After that win against Everton, you're thinking they'll come out in this game flying and we're full of like renewed belief that they're going to be staying up. And it didn't go that way. First half, to be fair, a lot of chances at both ends, although they were lucky not to concede more than a goal, but they're also unlucky not to score at least a goal, hitting the post a couple of times. And they did concede, which a poor goal from their point of view. And I think, based on our first half performance, you're thinking, okay, it's 1-0 Brentford. It's been a lot of chances at both ends, and West Ham are not out this game, but they came out in the second half just lethargic, just lacking belief. They just didn't really come out in that second half. And it's like Juve made that mistake earlier. It seems as though from that moment they just lost all belief that they were going to get anything out of this game. And there was a stat that came out during the game that when they've been losing at half-time, it's happened 10 times, they've only taken 1 point. And I can see why, because they just had no appetite to turn things around in that second half.
None at all. I don't think they had the quality either. I think Somerville was the only one that looked like he could do something magic in the first half. In the second half, he had that one moment when he hit the bar, but chances were few and far between after that. But I think this could be really significant. This could be the moment we look back on where the momentum really shifted in the relegation battle. Josh is saying the same thing.
West Ham are very soft, aren't they? They're very soft.
But it could be. You could look back at this. 3-0 is significant. Like, it's not a 1-0, just about losing. They've got battered here. 3-0.
Yeah.
And it could have been more. So we could be looking back at this saying this is the weekend that the momentum shifted in this relegation battle. But look, it's all on Spurs now. Spurs have got to do the business tomorrow.
Yeah, obviously all focus now shifts onto Tottenham. But at least today's kind of result, especially their second half performance, you're getting a bit worried at times that with the way West Ham, the results they were getting, that they would maybe go on a good run in the last 4 games. But we all saw they have tough fixtures. But they've been getting some good results and some decent performances. But this is a very damaging one. And this, at least watching this, you're thinking, okay, it gives you belief it's going to be they're going to find it very hard to pick up points now in these next 2 games, which is massive. And with this result, even if we drop points to Villa tomorrow, it still actually leaves us in a decent position with Arsenal, with West Ham playing Arsenal next week. If we can get a draw tomorrow, at least a draw, that means that if we even draw against Leeds and West Ham lose to Arsenal, we're outside the relegation zone, and all of a sudden there's a lot more pathways now for us to stay up. So it's absolutely massive and significant, this loss, and the manner of the performance as well. And look, it's advantage Spurs, but we've got to take advantage of that. We've got to make sure we get the business done. We get at least a point tomorrow. We have to take away from Villa Park with something. If we get a win, obviously we're out the relegation zone until next weekend. And with Arsenal playing West Ham, you think that would probably be for 2 weeks at the very minimum. So a win tomorrow, it's advantage Spurs, massive advantage Spurs. A win tomorrow, and all of a sudden, it could be done before the final game. There's a pathway for that to happen, however unlikely it is. You coming?
I don't even think it's that unlikely if we win tomorrow. I don't think that's unlikely.
No, it's not
if we win tomorrow.
Yeah, there's a pathway for it. Not saying it's definitely going to happen, but all of a sudden we win tomorrow, we beat Leeds, and they lose to Arsenal. That's 4 points clear, and then we could both lose the next game. They're playing Newcastle away, who've just now won their first game in 5, and we're playing. Even if we lose to Chelsea, then it's over before the final game, and that would be amazing considering at times of the season it just seems as though we have no chance of staying up. So yeah, I think it's massive. I think we're going to learn a lot tomorrow, because obviously you can't take anything for granted. It'll be massive if we get anything tomorrow, considering the injuries we've gotten, the form obviously we've been on. Hopefully the win, getting that monkey off our back, will give us confidence, give us belief going to the game, and we'll see how we respond. I don't know what kind of performance to expect tomorrow. I
don't really care. Just get the points. Get the points on the line. Get a draw minimum. A draw's a good result going into that game next weekend, just 1 point behind. And I think it will still be, the momentum will be in Spurs' favour, because going away to Villa and getting a point is still a good result. And they've just got absolutely battered away at Brentford. And you know what? Brentford are a good side, and they're 6th in the league right now, but they still haven't won a game in a long time. But they've absolutely battered West Ham here. So I think momentum could be a massive thing going into the next couple of games, but it's all on Spurs. We've got to do our job tomorrow. This is all completely irrelevant. If we go and lose tomorrow, then we're back to square one again.
Yeah, 100%.
So we have to go and take something from Villa Park tomorrow. If we win, that is a massive advantage to Spurs. If we lose, I would still say we're just about favourites still, but it's very tight.
If we lose,
if we draw,
yeah. I would say, would you take a draw tomorrow?
Would I take a draw tomorrow? Probably not. I'm not taking a draw in any of these games. We just need to win.
I think
a win is massive for us.
Before the game, I was like, no, I wouldn't take a draw. But now they've lost, and you're thinking about the scenario of us. We could draw to Leeds and then lose to Arsenal. We could be out the relegation zone, even if we draw tomorrow. I mean, that's massive. That is quite
massive.
big.
It is
not
massive.
Having to win.
No, that is massive, 100%. But we just can't take anything to chance because, on any given day, anything can happen in football. And what happens if West Ham go and beat Arsenal next week?
Yeah, then it doesn't really matter, does it? So
exactly. So we just need to stay on our job. We need to win the game tomorrow, in my opinion.
Well, yeah.
Oh, Josh is destroying the studio.
It's all right, Josh. It's all right. We can fix it. Don't worry.
But look, I think this could be.
Okay.
This could be a significant weekend in the relegation battle.
You coming?
While Josh destroys the studio, we'll love you and leave you people.
We'll fix it.
But yeah, West Ham have lost 3-0. All on Spurs tomorrow night against Aston Villa. Let us know your score predictions in the comment section below. Spurs, come on. This has got to give Spurs some confidence and got to give Spurs a boost going into the game tomorrow. But thank you everyone for joining us today. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.
Oh, Josh.